This week's videos are sponsored by ACORNS, the money app that makes it simple and cheap to make small yet significant investments. What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? How are you feeling today? Today we are going to eulogize ourselves because Greg almost killed Roxy and I 20 minutes ago.
I like that you said it like he was a different person than you. Greg almost killed Roxy and I. No, this is the realest we've ever been with you guys. We almost died.
40 minutes ago we were supposed to film this and I was like, it smells like a dead animal in here. It wasn't until right before we were about to film where Roxy was like, it actually smells like gas. And somehow I turned the stove on and didn't realize I did.
But not the fire, just the
gas. Yeah, and it was on for a while, and it took a while to clear it out.
We don't actually know how long. It was either on for 2 hours.
2 hours or 20 minutes.
Or it was on for 20 minutes. I was laughing a lot, which makes me think that I definitely was high.
Yeah.
Off of it.
And I've been, I was pretty tired today, but I got really tired halfway through filming earlier. So, anyway, now we're going to enter whatever this eulogy is all about. I love me some Giamatti. Was very excited when he was announced to be in here. So, with that in mind, that's how Roxy and I are feeling. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe and click that bell, please, because we got one more to go. The Callister one. Oh, I'm anticipating. And at Patreon, that's where you can contribute to our funerals. You get the full-length reaction watch-along where you sync up with your own copy. So Roxy and I are like on the couch with you, watching the whole thing from beginning to end, time code included.
Can you guys give me a foot rub if we're chilling on the couch?
I mean, so lovely.
I must be high. There's no way I'm not right now. The gas is still cooking.
And it's also been helping offset our monetization issues. And you know what else has been?
What?
RejectNationShop.com,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, buddy.
We got so much new Reject apparel, and each one is bought is a great way to help support anyone here who works at Real Rejects. And also, patrons get a discount.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't smell anything in here anymore, kind of. No, it's still a little bit here. Let's enjoy this show.
Oh, with the period. Who will paint my red roses? They have thorns, buddy. You should know this if you're gardening. I get the sense I'm going to be very annoying right now.
I can barely hear you.
Hello, am I speaking to Mr. Philip Conathy?
It's pronounced Connerty.
Oh my God, so you're annoying.
I'm calling on behalf of Miss Kelly Royce. This regards Miss Royce's mother, Carol Royce.
I don't know a Carol Royce either.
Her maiden name was Hartman, Carol Hartman.
That seems to strike a chord.
The eyes.
Yeah, I know the name.
What's up?
Sorry, why are you calling?
I'm afraid she passed away last Wednesday.
Oh.
Her daughter wanted you to know.
Eulogy, Greg.
Yeah, that makes sense. To be gardening with roses is also pretty symbolic of funerals.
Tell her I'm sorry for her loss.
Do you think the daughter's also his?
Thank you for letting me know.
Don't avoid, man.
There will, of course, be a funeral in London, in England.
In England.
That is where London is. I just went
Yeah, that's true.
to shoot a movie with Kate Beckinsale. I'm a star.
I can't.
No, that's understood. I'm not calling about attendance. I'm from a company called Eulogy.
That's the name of the company.
Company's
Wow.
eulogy.
We're helping the family curate an immersive memorial.
What?
We've been contacting names in her mother's old papers, which is where you were listed. Locating people who knew Carol in her youth has been challenging. If you could contribute a memory, it would mean a great deal to the family.
Whoa.
You won't have to write anything. The eulogy system curates your recollections and uploads them for the memorial.
Weird.
If it's easier, we can just send you the kit and you can decide then.
Drone it on in.
Bezos.
No, this is DHL. It takes the picture. We got to prove that we did it.
I love that they had the photo sound to show that. That's cool.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh, I am really curious where this concept is going to lead us down. There's an episode in the earlier seasons where you're able to like record your memories and access them with that couple. Wonder if that's a similar technology.
This going on your temple?
Ah,
Oh,
A person or an AI?
Hello?
You don't have to speak directly into me. Sorry, I know that's a weird thing to say.
It's an AI.
I've got a bit of an opening spiel I need to do here.
Go for it.
Today, we celebrate the life of Carol Royce. My role is to help you reminisce, relive, and curate your fondest memories of her.
Can we maybe skip the intro? Just tell me what you need me to do.
Oh, he seems so sad.
First, let's calibrate. Simply place the guide disc on your temple.
Oh, the temple, everyone.
This, like, on the side of my, like...
That's it.
It's going to bring him into the world.
Now all you have to do is think of Carol. Close your eyes and picture her face. Okay, not really getting anything.
But it's hard to
see her clearly.
Oh, wow.
Do you have any physical photos?
What a unique grieving episode.
Are you lightheaded?
I don't know. I could watch Paul Giamatti all day.
I know.
I get so sucked into what he's doing.
What's that movie that we just watched that had like so little plot, but it was Oscar nominated because he's a star? It was really good.
Oh, I don't know.
What? It was just having
Holdovers?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, did you find some?
A few.
A few.
Okay, 3.
I can process up to 1,500 photos.
And I got you 3. Can we just get going with this?
Absolutely.
He seems so annoyed.
So pop me back on, lay out the first image you'd like to import, and then look at it.
That's crazy.
What are we looking at here?
That's the day I met Carol. Oh, believe it or not, that young man is me.
No way.
That is Carol.
What, the woman with her back to us? We can enhance the moment by entering the image. Shall we go in?
This will be so cool to see.
What do you mean, go in?
It's easiest to just show you.
Go in. Yeah.
I love the temple technology they created for this series.
Hi.
Ah,
Sorry.
Oh, she's
No idea.
you know you do know her.
Your guide.
holy crap.
I didn't mean to make you jump. Take a moment to get your bearings.
Can you actually like step into it?
This is the photograph fused with your memories. Some parts are missing, but details appear as and when your
No
memories.
way. Oh, so cool.
So when this was taken, this was before you and Carol got together.
Well, I never said we got together.
Oh, come on. Look at the way you're looking at her.
It's pretty obvious. You used to love her.
And I'm guessing she was looking back at you the same way.
I'd made her laugh.
Oh, he's remembering.
And she looked, oh Christ.
It's okay.
No, there's no, I can't see her
It'll
face.
come to you. Try to focus on what you can recall of this moment.
Amazingly directed. He could step into it like that. Does look like a young Paul Giamatti.
It really does. It's the hairline.
She kept to herself. She had been studying the cello. She was usually in her room practicing. I think she still had a boyfriend back home at this point.
Fiancé.
Oh, wow.
There's an engagement ring on her finger.
I never knew she was engaged.
Maybe you chose not to see or not to remember.
Oh, she never said it was that serious.
Perhaps she underplayed it. Didn't want to scare you off.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
Shall we mark this moment?
I don't think her family would appreciate seeing a fond memory of her flirting with me while engaged to someone else. So it would be an honest representation of her character.
Ooh.
Ooh, what does that mean,
Dig.
buddy?
Dig, 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 dig.
These transitions should get less disorientating as you go. Shall we try your next photo?
His performance hints at so much.
I feel like
The heartbreak.
she's Carol, the girl talking.
I think he would know that, right?
No, I don't think she looks like her. I think she is her.
That's Emma with the blonde hair. And the guy with the... That's Giamatti.
I love that they actually have some audio in there.
Yeah.
Looks like there was a record playing. Fool's Gold by...
Stone Roses.
Music's great for jogging the memory.
Oh, we're getting movement.
We were through there, down the hall. That was the first time me and Carol really got talking. I was so nervous.
So it's creating a new picture, huh?
Talking with her was easy. She was funny.
Can you remember what you talked about?
No, but she was like no one I'd ever known.
Was she the last woman he ever loved?
That was our first night together.
These visuals are sick. No
Yeah.
wonder these directors are the music video guys.
It's cool how they all capture it like a Polaroid trying to capture a movement.
Let's try your last photo.
Don't have a clue who took this. I didn't notice anyone taking it.
There's still no sign of Carol.
No, but I was listening.
Oh, he's slowly going to remember her face over time.
She was in her room, on her cello, practicing, lost in it. She didn't know I was watching. She's in there, but I can't see her.
Can you remember what she was playing?
Why have you blocked her out?
Oh, this thing she used to play over and over.
If you can remember the name of the piece, I can look it up.
She wrote it herself.
It was a piece she composed.
Well, it's a shame you don't have any more photos, but since that's all you have, perhaps we should try to use some other form of stimuli.
It's not.
Here's something else.
I've got other pictures.
Yeah, you've kept buried away.
Well, let's look at those.
They won't help.
I love that play on it of like that fear when someone dies too. Of
Is it just gonna be her body or something? Like what? Oh, he crossed them out. Oh.
I was very intentional.
Year or so after we broke up.
You were upset with her.
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
Wow, that was a cool. My guesses are way off today.
You won't ever know how hard I felt for that girl, like beyond everything.
It seems like this heartbreak defined the rest of
Of
his
his
life.
life, yeah.
She always said she felt the same, and I believed she felt the same. And then she drops me into a pit.
Something happened. She had the daughter, maybe, and it was his, and she ran.
Me and Carol were together 3 years. It took me 15 to climb out of the hole she put me in. So, yes, I was upset.
He's still kind of there.
Well, do you have any particular memories associated with what's left of these photos? It's just the more you can recall, the more likely it is we can restore your memory of her face.
I think the help with the memorial is in turn helping him out.
So where exactly are we?
The pier at Cape Cod.
Cape Cod. You ever been?
Mm-mm.
That's my spot.
My first getaway with a girlfriend.
Who took the photo?
Just a tourist. Some passerby we handed the camera to and asked.
And then he appears. That's cool.
I liked this photo more than Carol did.
She wasn't into hot dogs.
No, it was the beer. Could have put that bottle down for the picture, you know.
Oh, yeah. She had a point.
But you still kept the photos in some way because you did want to remember her still.
Is this her daughter? And she said she had a point. There's more to this woman.
We made plans. Man, we were so young.
So what were the plans?
Well, we decided to get our own place together.
Black and white?
Tiny place over a piano store.
This takes the whole picture, says 1,000 words to a whole new level.
Well, the walls were nicotine yellow when we moved in. We wanted to make our marks, so we painted the whole place blue. Yeah, that's it. Blue.
Cool.
Color comes in amazing.
The two of you were happy here.
Just me and her.
And the cello.
Yeah, we both kept up the music. She joined the band by now.
You're in a band together?
Oh, yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, he's so happy now.
It's one of our gigs. It's about 91.
Is there a world in which this is his daughter?
No, I don't think so.
There we are.
I can't wait to hear the band.
So Carol played keyboards.
The way it looks with the stab of the pen.
Cello wouldn't have fitted our sound.
You could adapt the sound.
You might be honest. I mean, she seems like she's taking the shit personal.
I know.
Damn.
I know.
Sorry, it's not a trial.
No, it's not. We were getting quite a following.
And why did they mention to us about her daughter in the phone call?
Zeke quit the band, moved to Seattle, and that was it for us.
He went on to become a big deal, didn't he?
Yeah, well, assholes prosper.
Dude, there's so much you got to uproot. You can still hear all that resentment in his voice.
For multiple people.
And maybe we could have kept going without him, but Carol's heart wasn't in it.
Maybe you should have let her play cello. The cello was important to her.
I know.
She played it her whole life, taught her daughter to play it.
You might be right, man.
Are you supposed to be mildly annoying? Is that how they coded you?
I wasn't really coded, more generated.
Generated from some digital asshole.
Damn, were you right, Roxy?
Let's try another picture.
Okay, so these are definitely all 91. Halloween at the Undervault.
With multiple photos, we'll get a composite of the entire night.
Oh, this is good.
Jesus, that's Carol in red there.
What did they do with it? How did they do this?
I don't know.
You burned your own face out too?
That's not me. That's me.
So who's Beetlejuice?
Just some bag trying his luck with my girlfriend.
Oh my God, you have so much anger
I know.
against so many people.
He's literally revisiting the memory, though, so he's feeling and experiencing it again.
Who's she?
Oh, that's Emma.
No, she was in the Coop photos earlier.
Yeah, she worked there too.
The two of you get on?
We work together. Oh, Jesus, not you two.
You too.
We fought about it that night. I was pissed she'd been sitting all night with Mr. Asshole.
Looks like she wants to get away from him.
What?
Body language.
Like his breath smells.
Okay, that's one snapshot. Believe me, she could have moved any time. She was there the whole night
The
with him.
whole night.
Absolutely.
One snapshot can tell you a lot.
Isn't that Carol with her back to us in red?
Okay, not the whole night, literally. It's just a stupid fight.
But a defining night.
She went on, and then she blamed me that she didn't get an early night because she had some audition tryout thing the next day. Brooklyn Philharmonic for the cello.
You think he's the dad?
That's what I said.
Damn. Yeah, that's what I was asking you. Was
Oh,
that- that's what- yeah.
I'm not sure. Why else would she want to get to know him so much?
Maybe when she was dying, she said, "Your real father."
Yeah,
out
something.
there.
Yeah, I know they hate at home when I predict things, but that's how I enjoy watching things.
I like when you predict things.
She sent me a postcard every week. Upbeat, but saying she missed me. Little poems and such.
Maybe we could scan in one of the,
I was thorough.
But you didn't throw him out.
Exactly. You know, he still wanted to remember her. He couldn't fully let her go. It's really crazy how you feel like you're getting to know Carol, and yet we don't know what she looks like.
what's this?
My birthday.
So you weren't alone the whole time she was
92.
gone?
What do you mean?
Well, someone took this photo.
Whoa. Horror music.
Who took the photo? Ooh, the girl from work.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
You
Don't
couldn't
look at me
control
like
it.
that.
Couldn't control that
Like you
memory.
are.
I'm not looking at you like anything.
He cheated. He's to blame for some of this.
I had a few drinks at work. Not my idea. They were practically forcing shots on me.
Dude, take some accountability.
Yeah.
Came back to the apartment, and
And he never has.
it was a dumb thing. Okay, it was just a one-off thing.
Oh, that one mistake cost you everything.
It wouldn't have been a big fucking deal if.
If what?
Does Emma pick up?
Carol never called. This night, she gets up early and called to sing me happy birthday. And Emma answers the call.
dude.
I don't know why.
Oh, dude.
Anyhow, shit hit the fan. Me and Carol screaming at each other down the line. She yelled all kinds of shit. I yelled all kinds of shit back.
Because she doesn't trust you anymore, dude.
Cheated.
Yeah.
Stuff. Ugly. She hung up on me. Or I hung up on her. I don't know. I can't fucking remember.
All these years later, and he still isn't just owning what he did.
It's not that you can't, it's that you don't want to.
Do you want to mark this memory as potential upload for the memorial?
I never thought I was perfect.
Carol's failings.
Not about yours.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
What did she do that was so awful, so heinous, you become this wounded dog?
I haven't shown you yet.
Hey. Greg, I am so invested in this right
I don't know.
now.
I think this is going to be my favorite
Yeah,
one.
Now, she was staying in this British family spare room in the sticks somewhere, so I booked us a stupid suite in a hotel I couldn't afford. We went out for dinner.
You can hold everything.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think they bumped someone when I told them what I was going to do.
What do you mean?
Propose.
He kept it too. Awesome. Awesome.
So walk through what happened.
Well,
This is essentially a play.
said she put on weight, but I couldn't see that. I thought she looked beautiful.
He looks different here.
And I ordered a bottle of champagne, first time I'd done that anywhere, but she didn't touch it. She didn't want to drink anything.
Because she was pregnant.
I've come all this way, have won, but no. So I had to bite my tongue because, you know, it was irritating.
Pregnant with her.
You know, my cheeks are burning, my throat is dry, so I'm drinking more. And then in the end, I ask her, just say something.
Oh, God.
Say anything.
Oh, my God. Greg.
And she's just staring at the floor, so I bang the table with my fist. And now everybody's watching.
Dude.
And she just gets up and walks out.
She didn't feel safe with you.
I know, like,
And she knew she had a kid on the way.
Everyone's quiet. The staff can't make eye contact. Just this stink of humiliation on me.
That would be horrible, though.
They told me I didn't have to pay for it, but I insisted I would. I didn't want their pity.
No, because you could provide your own.
you got a lot of pride, don't you, man?
That comment was savage.
So much ego.
I'm not saying that she was a big, happy fucking sandwich, but she walked out on me. Not a word as to why.
Would you have listened if she told you? A bottle of champagne down.
Of course.
So why do you think she left?
You would have argued. You wouldn't have listened.
She knew that I was coming. She could have ended it on the phone. She made me fly all that way. She
But
knew
not
that
that
I
you were
was
coming to propose.
Like, that's a big difference.
It is.
You said this was autumn 92.
Fall, yes, like October.
She looked sort of different. Wouldn't drink.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
She
Damn,
was pregnant
right on
with
the money,
me.
man. Damn, you've been right on the money. You got that like right away.
I did.
Impressive.
Kelly Royce, Carol's daughter, the one she taught to play cello.
There we go.
Don't worry, you're not my dad.
Okay.
He was a one-night stand. Played xylophone in the orchestra, believe it or not.
Okay. That's better that I didn't guess that.
You're Carol's daughter.
Well, kind of. I'm not real. I'm a disposable avatar, a temp guide, an echo, really.
But you're still like a copy of consciousness.
Why didn't you say?
You said skip the intro.
Always has to be your way.
But so she did have a one-night stand, so she cheated too.
So you already knew everything I've been telling you here.
Well, some of it, but to be honest, she never really spoke much about this time in her life.
How does that make you feel, buddy?
I think looking back was painful for her. It doesn't mean your time together wasn't meaningful. Probably the opposite.
Likewise for you, man. You can see that.
I saw him maybe 5 or 6 times, and the last time he was ranting about some online rabbit hole conspiracy theory, and the year after that I heard he died of COVID.
Oh, boy.
COVID exists in this universe.
He sounds like a real catch. Great choice, Carol.
Oh my
Great
God.
choice.
What is wrong with you?
Sorry.
There we go.
She said she wrote to you to explain, or at least start the conversation, and you never replied.
She never wrote. I'd have listened. We'd have talked it over.
And you'd have heard her?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Nah, you would have just argued, dude.
I want to get out of here.
I bet they had like some type of like therapist consultant to like write this character. It is so human.
The directors wrote this, which is cool.
Is that like a camera there?
This?
Yeah.
It's a disposable camera.
Was the film ever
Oh
done?
yeah, it must still be.
The plan was we would take photos around the city together. That never happened, of course. I never...
Maybe she took one. Oh, he sees the numbers down.
One photo.
You gotta develop
man.
it. Go develop it.
I wonder if he gets the one photo, if that would allow all the photos for him to see her face again.
For sure.
You waste the rest of the film.
But you can retrieve the one photo.
Might take a while.
I'll wait.
Wow.
Here we go.
You waited the whole ride. Has he not looked at it yet?
I think I took this. Just a nothing photo.
Damn.
Look, we could still go in.
It's not nothing. It's something.
Told you it's nothing. This was the hotel room.
Seems like a fight.
When I came back from the restaurant, her case was gone, so I knew that was that. And I took it out on the room.
Wow, we've seen like this whole relationship journey all
What are
through
you even looking
photos.
for?
I just want to see what your camera picked up. There's a note here. Says Philly.
She
Is that
wrote to him.
That was the letter, yeah.
That's what she called me.
Pretty sure it's her writing.
Well, I never saw that.
No, Philip, it's just part of the image.
Oh my God.
You won't be able to pick it up.
Oh, this is so sad, dude. Oh, this is so sad.
Yeah, that's brutal.
What a way to hammer home the regret.
I went out, drank myself into a blur, and when I got back, the maid had cleaned the place up, put it all in a little pile. I just packed everything up.
So maybe he did pack it.
I put it away, and I never...
Looked at it again. He's got the note.
I mean,
Oh my God.
you've got everything.
He's got
You've
the
got to
note.
have this note
He
somewhere.
has it. It's in this pile. Where is it? Come on. I cannot wait for this note, Greg. Yes.
Oh my God, it's right
Philly!
there. Incredible.
What could this say?
I've missed my period. I love you, and I want us to work, but I don't know how you'll feel. I think I want to keep the baby. I don't know, but could you live with that if I did?
Wow.
If you still want to
Oh
talk,
my God.
meet me tomorrow afternoon at the stage door after the matinee.
God damn.
His anger destroyed this. He destroyed the room and missed this. Oh my God.
I'll understand if you never want to see me again. I hope you do.
Oh my
I love
God.
you, Carol.
Dude, you were so blind.
Your whole life.
Could have had a completely
Your
different
whole life. Oh my God. Greg, look at my goosebumps.
Yeah, pretty much. They're pretty visible.
It's like the anger's got to go away and it's just sadness for what you did. One picture?
She didn't stay in contact because she thought you didn't want to talk, man. Did he hold on to
One
a bottle?
photo? No, maybe I think one image of her or something. Maybe not. Oh, a cassette.
The music and jog.
Oh, that she would sing. He wants to see her.
You asked me to record this piece of music for you. Careful what you wish for.
Let's see her.
Oh, acceptance.
Imagine her sitting there waiting for him the next day.
Pregnant and alone.
Is this going to be an actress we know?
Won't matter.
Good answer.
Unless it's super famous. He went to England.
Oh, they all have them on.
Yeah. The immersive eulogy.
He's going to see a photo of her up, right? Like the picture. The daughter.
She's playing the cello at the funeral.
Oh my God, Greg, I am like so beyond moved right now.
He actually went. Aw, that's brilliant.
Thank you, Prepper, for helping edit us down.
Do you want to hear the music?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
'Cause it's hers. Want to hear the cello.
Hey guys, I've hit a point in life where I realize time flies. And if you're not intentional about your future, it sneaks up on you. And my whole life, the advice was always start investing when you're young. Start investing when you're young. And if you grew up like me, nobody really teaches you how to do it. And by the time you realize you need to, it either feels too late or too complicated. That's why whether you're a total beginner or are already investing elsewhere, ACORNS has been a genuinely helpful tool. It takes the pressure off and makes the process simple. You don't need thousands of dollars. You don't need a finance background. You don't need to read a book. ACORNS rounds up your everyday purchases and automatically invests the spare change into a diverse portfolio built by experts to match your goals. So especially if you're just getting started, it's one of the most beginner-friendly apps out there. So many people will tell you that, and it is true. And if you already invest, ACORNS is still a smart way to stay consistent and make sure you're putting something aside regularly. I've been through many panic attacks. Something like this, very much necessary for a guy like me. It's easy to overlook small amounts, but they add up faster than you think. And the very concept that small actions today can lead to big growth over time, I believe in that now more than ever, and I think ACORNS is a great reflection of that. So if you've wanted to start investing or wish to feel more in control of your financial future, you can go to acorns.com/rejects or download the app to start saving and investing today. acorns.com/rejects. Checking them out does help support the channel, but more importantly, helps support your bank account. And because we were talking about money, it's important that I do say, paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote ACORNS. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. ACORNS Advisor LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/rejects. From ACORNS, mighty oaks do grow. Thank you again, ACORNS, for everything that you do.
This is how I felt after watching that episode of The Last of Us.
What episode?
The Nick
The Nick
Offerman
Offerman one?
Yeah, this is like the same feelings of just like, what an unbelievable episode of television. What a crazy love story. This is just devastating. And how you can be your own worst enemy. Like his rage made him so blind that he didn't get to be with the person he loved for the rest of his life. One day of rage. But that built up rage. It's just a crazy story.
It's crazy that Netflix was telling you they were immediately going to move on to the next episode when I feel like actually listening to the music is a part of this story.
That's why I didn't want to leave it. I just wanted to.
There was so much buildup to it.
Yeah.
And
the cello.
It's like you cut it short.
In memoriam. Did you see how many people that was in memoriam to?
A lot, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. They're dead.
So many people that worked on that?
Or there might be people that the directors wanted to shout out.
Why was there so many people in memoriam for that?
I don't know.
I'm so curious about that.
Well, Roxy, take it away.
I did.
No, not enough.
But I feel like I took it away. I want to hear from you.
I have anger problems, and this resonated with me. It's a big
Paul
thing.
resonated with you?
Yeah. I've had so many I have so many memories of regret of, and I had opened up to Roxy about it recently. I've had so many memories of regret of when you get so blinded by anger and how much that has it has had costly consequences in life. And so it's kind of interesting as I've been confronting a lot of this in my life, how come across an episode like this. So it actually hit me on like a real personal thing. I love stories about grief. I love stories as well. So to see a story of that, the thing that really hits too is this guy is pitches himself as someone who's been through hell and back, and he's done all this work on himself. Like that's when the drinking happened. I had to get clean and do all like as if he's done all this shit already. But there's still so much he had actually not truly confronted, even though he thought it had already been dealt with. And to unpack this, to honor someone's memory for a eulogy requires him to actually heal as well, is something that's a beautiful dovetail. Like you're going into service for someone's funeral, and it ends up serving you as well and making you a better person in the end, hopefully, right? So I thought it was beautiful. That was a really beautiful story.
Yeah, I'm super with you. I think that the hardest things to live with are the things that we could have changed that we didn't. And he's not finding this out when he's older and he can do something about it. Mm-hmm. He's finding this out when she's dead.
Yeah. And
there is nothing, when you mentioned it when we're watching, the only thing to do is acceptance, because what happened, and then you happened to yourself. You were your own worst enemy. She wanted to still be with you, and your anger made you so blind you literally didn't see the letter she wrote you. And now an entire lifetime has gone by. She is gone, and you have to live with that. Mm-hmm. And there are things that happen in each of our lives that we have to live with that we did and we caused.
Yeah.
And so it's just unbelievable. But now the fact that he did go there shows he wants to move forward with his life in some capacity. And, maybe he can have a relationship with his daughter, a daughter who clearly didn't grow up with a dad, with a male figure. She said she saw him 4 or 5 times in her life. Maybe he can find peace and find another lover that he finally feels not abandoned by, because the stories we tell ourselves about our lives are often not true. And the story he's been telling himself for decades is not true. Not to mention, he never took ownership of the fact that he really, she stepped out on him. And I'm not saying it's right. You shouldn't go tit for tat with someone, but only after finding out he cheated on her.
Yeah.
And that he didn't take. He was like, we would have kept it a secret. It was one time. And he's saying that decades later after doing all the work. And not saying, and the daughter calls him out. Like, you keep saying she. And it's like, you loved this woman, and every actions have consequences, and you still haven't admitted to what you did.
When someone already has so much anger, and then they experience, usually underneath anger is a lot of hurt, and usually sometimes it is the thing that is considered your default mode or your defense mechanism that you resort to because it's a behavior pattern you learn. I understand that. Other times it can be that underneath that the person's really hurt. So if someone already has that much of a rage problem, and anger and rage can go hand in hand with ego, then you're dealt a big card of hurt. You can go into anger. Like one thing I was telling you is like one of my problems, and it's common. I believe it is that when I get so flooded, and if I find myself now taking it out on someone in an argument or whatever, I feel like I'm right about everything, and the last thing I'm doing is listening, truly listening.
It's a good point. I don't mean that about you. I just mean in life. Yeah. Interesting.
I don't feel like I'm really listening. I don't really feel like the other person's being heard. It doesn't become a conversation or a dialogue. Something I really value in life is that. And so when he's saying all these things like, I would have heard, I'm like, no, I think what you wanted was to argue. I think what you wanted was to fight with this person.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point, Greg, because here I am saying, like, if he had just read the letter, they could have lived happily together forever. But we actually don't know that. He might have read the letter. He might have been so pissed at what she did that he might have decided to not show up anyway. Yeah. Or he might have decided to show up, and then he might not have been able to get out of his own way because they could have just kept arguing and they would have ended it a different way, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many possibilities when you have that built up anger.
Yeah. And when someone dies, their memories are going to live on through the people they know. That's a part of how you preserve someone's legacy. Part of how you preserve someone is the stories you can tell and share. And to be able to offer this perspective and other memories to the daughter also is also of service to her now.
Totally true.
You know, I think that's beautiful. And also it reminded me of like the power of photos. I think like we all snap stuff so much of the time. But there was a difference back then when you would take a photo, you know, like, you know, like a Polaroid or something. Like you're really capturing a moment, and we take it for granted. And I'm sure a photo on a phone does not have that same effect. But yeah, there was more of a value to it, and like
intentionality.
The intentionality, and like especially if you wanted to take a photo of that moment in time. And I like how it becomes like investigative, like on like like we're talking about the themes of it, but on like a writing level, like script. This was really freaking awesome.
Completely. I want to mention something that you just briefly were touching on with the daughter, which is that generational trauma, and it lives in your bones, and we can see it in her. That's why I predict it. You know, at first I was like, "Is this her?" And then I was like, "Oh, I think this is her daughter," because we have to remember they lived a whole life together, and in that life, the daughter is being told by the mom, I wrote to him, and he never showed up. Mm-hmm. He never responded.
Perspective, man.
And she feels in her soul like it doesn't seem like the mom ever moved on either. And so she's hurting for her mom and hurting for herself that this life was stolen. She feels like, I'm sure, a million feelings at once. And so trying to access answers for that and go after this because her mom never got those answers, and she saw what it did to her, how that manifested in her mom, and she doesn't want that for herself. Mm-hmm. So I think that was really, really smart too. I also, before we did this, I like to know for the Black Mirror, I only look up the directors to see if they've directed other episodes of Black Mirror because it's interesting to us to know. Mm-hmm. And so this seems like it's a writer-director duo, and that this writer-director duo did a ton of music videos before this, like really a Rolling Stones one, I think a Harry Styles one, like all over the map. And while this played like a play for you, this really kind of felt like a great music video to me.
I think written like a play, captured like a music
totally.
video.
And I think that is so cool, where each set was so different, but just the visuals of walking around letters and tables and walking into these photos. I just think that this was such a brilliant, they were the perfect writer-director duo for this. This was so beautifully captured. It just added to everything, like you're talking about the value of a photo and taking a photo and then being able to relive that through the technology lens because it's Black Mirror. This is what this show, I feel like, was created for.
Yeah.
For moments like this. And it does cause us to all look at our own lives the way that you did with yours and I am with mine. Like, what ways am I just in my own way preventing myself from happiness because I can't get a grip on XYZ?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I thought that episode was brilliant. I think that takes the cake for my favorite episode of the season so far.
I think it's one of the best episodes of Black Mirror ever.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that, like, it's not the effect of, oh, this episode messed me up because of the fear of the future of technology. And it doesn't have that.
It did kind of mess me up though because it's devastating.
To be called Black Mirror, it is a reflective episode though, and the reflection qualities are so strong. Like the way it's written, they have that sometimes where they get like a psychologist to come in. I think they call it like psychoscript, where they look at the characters and they make sure like everything is like psychologically accurate, and they might give like pointers.
Yeah.
And it was so well fleshed out, his portrayal.
So true.
It's like Paul Giamatti is an incredible actor, one of the greatest of our time, and the hybrid of writing, and I'm like, God, this is beyond, like, feels so real. Like you're watching a real guy with real memories and real reactions and responses to situations.
Every time I see him, I think it's his best performance yet.
I know, right? He is one of those actors. He's constantly like, that's the best work he's ever done.
Where when you watch this, it's like, is this the best work he's ever done?
It's incredible.
But I think that about every time I see him. He just puts it all out there.
Well, I think it is like a play too, because it is really, if you think about it, it's only two people looking at photos, but they trick the mind by going into the photos to make it seem like you're doing way more than that.
Yeah.
When really all you're doing is there are two people looking at photos. So there are two people talking in different sets. And so I think it's a brilliant way to make it engaging whilst making it a mystery, not like the biggest stakes mystery, but there's enough of a mystery to keep you hooked. And you really feel like you're getting to know Carol and their whole relationship through these like singular images that you're getting fragments of. And to your point about the directors, I like how they would have these like motion blur things happening with them, because that can be like the thwarted parts of memories where it can feel fragmented. But then as they keep diving in deeper, things become clearer and clearer, and the ability of sound to create sense memory.
The
really
visual
strong.
too, that wasn't the blur effect, but was more like that octagon effect where it was like kind of like
It was like
that
a
was
little
really cool too.
pixelated octagon.
That was really cool too.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And at first, I'm like, what are the chances he brings out 3 photos and that none of them are of her face? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
And then when we find out he has a million of her face, he just jabbed them all out. It's so relatable. It like is like when you're a teen lover or like you have a crush on somebody as a teen and you're upset and you never move and you take it. I have photos of when I was a younger 18, my best friend ended up sleeping with my boyfriend, and I hated them both so much I cut them both out of photo, like him. And so when then you see he adds, it's not just her he's cut out, it's anybody he doesn't like. He stabbed out the guy that was flirting with her. He stabs out the person at the restaurant. Like it's anybody who's like he feels wronged by. And it's interesting. It's just very relatable emotions when you're younger and you love somebody. It's almost too much. You're not mature enough to even like deal with what that means.
Yeah.
The jealousy, any of that. It's just, this was so well portrayed.
Like they really fleshed out the relationship. Like you pick up on the hints of and that kind of love. A lot of the time it's not like, oh, the guy, he got horny one day and cheated. You could see this like tension building in their relationship based off of like little hints of dialogue they drop about distrust and jealousy that was forming in their dynamics. It was so smart because you're going through a 3-year period and only through the lens of one person's perspective. I thought this was one of the most impressive pieces of television I've ever seen because it's so short. It's only like 40 something minutes.
Is that
short.
true?
It's the runtime was like 47 and a half minutes.
Wow.
So when you factor in the credits and stuff,
that's crazy.
It's not that long. It's only like 45 minutes, maybe at most.
Incredible.
And they managed to tell like a perfect short story here that feels like it feels like poetic, romantic, melancholic, heartbreaking. The person who plays a daughter is also really great because
that's exactly what I was just looking up because I recognized her. Sorry, keep going.
I felt like she was an AI at first. You were convinced of the twist right away, and then But they slowly let that be unveiled, and
Patsy Ferran is her name, and I know her from Mickey 17.
I haven't seen that yet.
I was like, oh, how do I know this person?
Yeah, I think this was a very moving piece of television, and this is great. I loved it.
Yeah,
I'm at 10 out of 10 on this one.
Yeah,
baby.
me too. Me too. I thought that this was truly, truly phenomenal. I lied about sorry guys, I lied about the writers being the directors. It's two different writers than directors.
Charlie Brooker, I think. Oh, that's right. I saw the credit. I don't know why.
I'm so sorry that I said that to you.
Secondary writer to it.
There's two writers, Ella Road and Charlie Brooker, who aren't the directors. The directors were the music video people, but these are the people. Oh, Charlie Brooker wrote.
Charlie Brooker wrote most of Black. He wrote most of Black
most
Mirror.
of stuff. Yeah, and 33 episodes of Black Mirror. And
he might be the showrunner.
Hunk of Life. That's interesting. Let's see.
I actually don't know who the showrunner is. I'm pretty sure
Sorry
it's Charlie
that I
Brooker.
gave credit to somebody else for writing this. Let's see. I can Google it. Showrunner of Black Mirror.
Okay, if we finish by 8
Yeah,
we'll
he
be
is.
fine.
He is the showrunner. And then the other person that wrote it, Ella. Do you know her? Okay, let me look. Ella Road. Your jam, Doctor Who.
Hell yeah.
She wrote one episode Doctor Who, this episode Black Mirror, and 2 episodes of a show called 10%. That's it. That's interesting.
Dope.
Well, they did an absolute excellent job. Excellent work.
Well, guys, what did you think about this episode? Please leave your thoughts down below. Beautiful music, too, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. I love how the cello was a character. Thank you so much. Roxy, say goodbye.
Goodbye.